Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the Street Smart Millionaire. Well, I have had a crazy week. It was my birthday, and I had all 35 of my coaches come in, and we had a great 3 days. We had a party at my house. We had an all-day training. Then we had a party at my man cave, and it was all about helping my clients accumulate wealth, helping my clients find balance. So let me tell you a couple of things we did that I think will help you with your wealth and your balance. So the first thing we did, we brought in a friend of mine who was a SWAT detective. He was a sniper, hand-to-hand combat. He just trained J.D. Vance's security team. Super, let's just call it the truth. He's a badass. So I brought him in, and he taught us all how to protect our house and some self-defense. Now, I will tell you this. He taught us 3 things to get out of trouble when somebody's coming at you. It was very powerful. He showed it to us. We worked on it. He used some of us as an example. We role-played it on each other. He talked about safety in your house, putting lots of motion lights on the corners, keeping your head on a swivel, always being aware of your surroundings. So I thought he did a great job. Next, I brought in a friend of mine, Joey Logano, who I've been coaching one of his businesses for about 5 years, and he is the best NASCAR racer there is. He just won the national championship. It was the 3rd time he won the national championship. Last year, he raced to 36 races. He won 5 races. So imagine there's 40 racers every race. He won 5 of them. Did great, won the national championship. I had him come in and talk about winning. And he talked about, what are you tolerating? You know, what bad behavior are you tolerating? What bad behavior are you tolerating from people? What are you tolerating that you're just getting sick of it and you're not going to tolerate it anymore? Then he talked about the death of all teams and companies is the B- employee. They're not bad, they're not good. They just cause a lot of grief. So he talked about winning, talked about making a lot of money. I think those are okay things. Winning is okay. Making a lot of money is okay. I want to talk about today something that I focus on. So, I believe that my SWAT guy, Joey Logano, all 35 coaches, me, John Maxwell, anybody that's winning at a high level, the Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs, everybody winning is a killer. Now, how do you be a modern day good killer? So let's talk about it. So the first thing you got to do is it gets done no matter what. It gets done no matter what. Jesus, marriage, the gym, my sales calls, my coaching, my podcast, my stock market portfolio. Like, listen, last month in January, I made 1.5 points in the stock market. The last week felt like I lost a fortune because the last 3 or 4 days were really, really bad. I actually had the worst day last Monday I ever had in the stock market. I lost a fortune. I really lost in one day. Where 10 years, 15, 20 years ago, it's what I wanted to acquire total in cash net worth. So I had a really bad day, made half the back the next day. But at the end of the day, in January, I made 1.5 points on my whole portfolio. I did pretty good. Now, the market's been dropping this week. I'm buying a bunch more stocks tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, I look at the market. If stuff I like is on sale, I buy more of it. It goes up, I have a little party. So it gets done no matter what. This is the motto to be a killer. Killer number 1, it gets done no matter what. Now, number 2, you act strong, they act weak. So I just want you to know from the book Art of War, when I'm at my weakest, I act my strongest, my opponent acts the weakest. I'll tell you why. Years ago, I was playing basketball in a community center. I was 18 years old, just starting my adult life. I had no money. So I'd go home, I'd fry some Spam in a pan, eat some generic macaroni and cheese, walk up to the community center and play basketball every night. So there's this old guy there named Roger. And Roger had a long ponytail and he was a very good basketball player. And one night, late at night, it's about 9:30, me and Roger are sitting on the bleachers and we're talking. I'm like, Roger, you never get tired, you're gung-ho. He said, well, let me tell you. And he pulled out a book called The Act of War. And he said, I want you to read this book. And in this book it said, when you are weak, you act strong, your opponent acts weak. So what he was doing is because he was older and he was weak, he was acting strong. And all of us that were competing with him were acting weak. So act strong, they act weak. Be confident, be strong, put a good foot forward, do your job well. Cool? Very important. Number 3, to being a killer. My rules of being a killer. Always good, never nice. I work really hard to be a good person. I work really hard to do the right thing. I work really hard to make my sales calls. I work really hard to be a good coach, to be a pretty good leader. So always good, never nice. I think that's a very simple formula. I think nice people always finish last. I think they get pushed around. They're not appreciated. They don't get taken care of. Be good. Be good, not nice. I think it's important. Now, number 4, everything has a price. Fitness has a price. You have to diet under 2,000 calories a day. I do. Under 2,000 calories a day, 6 days a week. 1 day a week, I eat whatever I want. Ice cream, pizza, fried chicken. I love fried chicken. I eat fried chicken. I eat pizza. I eat cookies. I eat ice cream. I eat McDonald's. I eat Wendy's. Those are my one bad day. Every other day, I'm under 2,000 calories a day. And just so you know, a week, I do between 1,500 and 2,000 reps. Every single week, I do 1,500 to 2,000 reps. I'm very disciplined, very structured. So find the price, pay the price. I'm married to a woman that I love dearly, and she is very tough. And she requires that I'm on time when I say I'm going to be there, that I do my chores, especially take out the garbage, and I help her with all the farm work. We live on the 75-acre farm. We have a farmer during the week. We farm all weekend. She wants me to help her with farming. She doesn't want to travel. She wants to be a homebody. So these are things that I work on to pay the price for my wife. I look at my business. I have to do a lot of seminars, a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos to drive people to hire me to coach them so I can run the coaching company of my dreams. Now, my purpose is to create disciples, create millionaires, and teach life balance. So for me to live my purpose, I have to pay the price to live my purpose. Okay? So find the price, pay the price of what do you want. I believe that surrender is the most important word in English language. I think if you surrender to somebody better than you at something, you'll get better at it. I think you have to surrender. And people don't want to surrender because they have pride. Pride is the opposite of surrender. So if you have pride, you're not surrendering to a person or a process or a system. I mean, it's simple. So, and I think the last time, always win at everything. Win the call, win the meeting, win the poker game, win the basketball game, win the car show, win the car build, win the marriage, win the date, win the farm, I cut the grass. I got a 0-turn lawnmower and I'm out there cutting the grass. I want to cut the grass faster and better than I did last time. Everything is a competition. Win at everything. So let's repeat the 5 things. It gets done no matter what. Act strong and they act weak. Always good, never nice. Find the price, pay the price. Always win in everything. These are my things when it comes to being a killer. Now, because the stock market's been a little volatile, we're going to talk about the stock market today. I teach the hand that feeds me and the hand that funds me and the hand that coaches me. So everything I do is based on the principle of 6 things. Okay? So in the stock market, let me give you my hand that funds me. I have half my money in the S&P 500. I have 10% of my money in Invesco QQQ. I have 10% of my money in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and NVIDIA. So this is the hand that funds me. I have another portfolio at E-Trade. So this is with Wells Fargo with a financial planner. This is with E-Trade. In E-Trade, I have half in the S&P, half in the QQQ. I have CrowdStrike. I have Costco. I have Apple. And I have AMD. So I have Aon Cybersecurity. Now, I have some alternative investments. I have about 6 companies that I like, that I've invested in, that I like. Now listen, you go buy whatever you want. I'm telling you what I like. I like a nuclear energy company called Oklo. I like Palo Alto Networks. I like Palantir. I like United Healthcare. A crazy little company that I like is Wolfspeed. I like a little company called Wolfspeed. So these are alternative investments. They would have about 5% of my portfolio. This and this would be the majority of my portfolios. 4 really good stocks, the QQQ and the S&P. 4 really good stocks at Wells Fargo. My financial planner and me pick these. I pick these in each area. We bounce back. I beat him. He beats me. So listen, I don't tell people what to buy. I tell them that they should buy. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I buy every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I'll be buying some stocks that I think are on sale because they've been fallen. I think that President Trump is a disruptor. I think he's disrupting government, bureaucracy. I think it's going to be volatile because he's disrupting. He's writing a lot of executive orders. He's changing a lot of things. But I'll tell you this, I believe a lot of things need to change. I believe the country needs to shape up. I think we have way too much debt. I think we've got way too much bureaucracy. I think we've got way too much regulation. I think that the government should have a small hand in protecting us. I think we need a strong military. I think we need guidelines to protect company rules and employees, but I think it's got a little out of hand. I look at, I look at Trump and I look at Elon Musk and I look at some of these other billionaires that he's hanging out with. I mean, they know more about capitalism than I'll ever know. I mean, I probably know more than you'll ever know, and they know way more than I'll ever know. So how big your pile is determines how much you know about something. I've been in the mortgage business for 40 years. I've been in the coaching business for 30 years. I've been in the stock market for 37 years. I've owned real estate for 39 years. So I've been an investor in real estate and the stock market for a long time. I've been in sales for a long time. I know a lot about these things and I'm really good at it. So I recently have a call scheduled with John Maxwell, and I'd like to hire John Maxwell to help me be a better leader. I go out and I hire experts. If you're a realtor, you're a lender, you should hire me. If you're not a realtor or lender, you should hire somebody that can help you be all you can be. So if you're out of shape, hire a personal trainer, hire a nutritionalist. If you're not making enough money, hire a sales coach, hire a business coach, hire a P&L coach. What I focus on with my students, I focus on their sales, I focus on their team, and I focus on their money. When it comes to sales, I have a system on how I go after clients. When it comes to team, I say what you should pay, what your team should do, how it should work. When it comes down to money, how to make money, how to save money, how to give money, how to invest money, these are things that I work on. So these are things I work on to help people be wealthy and help them be balanced. So I will tell you this. I think that we're going to have a great year in the economy. I think it's going to be rough, and then it's going to be booming, and then it's going to end the year rough. I think the S&P 500 will touch 7,000. I think it will finish at 6,600. So I think we'll have a nice rally. We're at about 6,050 right now. I think it'll rally to 7,000. I think it'll pull back to 6,600. I think that technology, AI, cybersecurity, healthcare, energy, I think those are the big ones that are going to take off. I'm not so sure about banking. I'm not so sure about small caps, but these are only my personal opinions. And you've got to get a lot of advice to pick what you believe and what you don't believe. You're deciding on your investment philosophy. I told you my hands that fund me and how I do it. And you have to decide, how are you going to invest? How are you going to protect your family? I told you I was updating my trust. So I have a dinosaur trust and I have a charitable trust. So I give a lot of money to charity. I put a lot of money in a charitable trust every year. It also helps me not pay as much income tax. So it helps me a lot. What am I working on this year? I'm planning a lot of shows right now to get out and meet a lot of new clients so I can get some new realtors and lenders that hire me. I've got a subscription starting next week called the Core Club, where people can get access to all my stuff for a $99 monthly fee if they're a realtor or lender. So watch for my Core Club next week. You can watch my podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all over the place. I hope you send them out so other people can learn about wealth and balance. Have a great day. Rick Ruby out.